What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna be reacting to Luigi. He could be set free for this reason. You know what I'm saying? It's my no, I'm bugging. It's my third reaction, so you finna get into it. Let's get it.
On the subject of jury nullification and
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe too.
those of you who have never seen it and are just hearing the words jury nullification now.
Social media is full of talk about jury nullification and Luigi Mangione as users call on jurors to ignore potential evidence of his guilt and acquit him. I look at jury nullification and whether it's possible in the United Healthcare CEO's murder. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Luigi Mangione, he's not even back in New York to face murder charges in the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. And social media is full of people calling for him to be freed. And they're discussing jury nullification, which sounds pretty technical, and I'll get into that more in a bit. Mangione currently faces a second-degree murder charge in the December 4th shooting death of Brian Thompson in Manhattan. The crime was recorded on video, and so far, the NYPD says it's collected a mountain of evidence implicating Mangione in the crime, including his own words in which he takes responsibility for the shooting. Independent journalist Ken Klippenstein posted the entire statement on his Substack. To the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. This was fairly trivial, some elementary social engineering, basic CAD, which is computer-aided design, a lot of patience. The spiral notebook, if present, has some straggling notes and to-do lists that illuminate the gist of it. It continues later. I do apologize for any strife of traumas, but it had to be done. Frankly, these parasites...
Bro, the media just keep bringing these things up. Like, it's always the same memo, bro. They keep bringing the same evidence. So that means they don't have... I keep hearing the same news over and over again, bro. This is why I don't react to stuff like this, because they not like
system in the world. Yet we rank roughly
they don't bring like
in life
new news. Like they don't. There's always the same consistent news. Just rewarding it, bro.
Apple, Google,
Walmart.
It has grown and grown, but has our life expectancy? No, the reality is these have simply gotten too powerful, and they continue to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it. Obviously, the problem is more complex, but I do not have space, and frankly, I do not pretend to be the most qualified person to lay out the full argument. But many have illuminated the corruption and greed, e.g. Rosenthal, Moore, decades ago, and the problems simply remain. It is not an issue of awareness at this point, but clearly power game.
So, we have to ask, where'd you get your
They gotta get paid for these stupid-ass news that they giving to people, bro.
At play.
They're giving the same news. I haven't heard not a single thing.
Brutal honesty. The commissioner of the NYPD says testing on the 3D printed gun found on Mangione at the time of his arrest matched shell casings found at the crime scene. And remember those photos police released in an effort to ID the shooter? Police say they're clearly Mangione. Look at those distinctive eyes and the one in the back of the cab. Mangione is being held in a prison in Pennsylvania as he fights extradition to New York. However, Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg said that could change.
Indications are that the defendant may waive, but that waiver is not complete until a court proceeding, which my understanding from court officials in Pennsylvania cannot happen until Tuesday. So until that time, we're going to continue to press forward on parallel paths. And we'll be ready whether he is going to waive extradition or whether he's going to contest extradition.
The DA's office is presenting evidence to a grand jury to indict Luigi Mangione for Brian Thompson's murder, so he'll be brought back to New York eventually, and that could happen later this week. And that is where he'll stand trial if he takes the case.
But you guys been saying that this whole time, though. Like, this is what pissed me off. Like, y'all been saying this whole time. Like, bro.
And that raises questions.
Bring something new, bro.
Karen Friedman
say something new, please.
She has been retained to represent Luigi Mangione in New York. Friedman Agnifilo worked in the Manhattan DA's office for years and was the chief deputy under then DA Cyrus Vance, so she knows the office very well. She's also married to Sean Combs' attorney, Mark Agnifilo, if that name sounds familiar. Agnifilo's office says she's not commenting on the case at this time. Now, Manhattan's a big place with a large jury pool. And already, users on X and TikTok, they're trying to influence potential jurors, at least some of them. They're talking about what I mentioned earlier, jury nullification. Cornell's law school explains it like this. Jury nullification refers to a jury's knowing and deliberate rejection of the evidence or refusal to apply the law, either because the jury wants to send a message about some social issue that is larger than the case itself, or because the result dictated by law is contrary to the jury's sense of justice.
That kind of does make
morality, or
sense. Like a jury,
fairness.
like have all the evidence against you, and she like basically like she will say like, oh, those evidence is not gonna be used in this case, and we gonna set him free. Basically, I seen that before. Yeah.
Essentially, with jury nullification, the jury returns a not guilty verdict, even if jurors believe beyond a reasonable doubt.
Basically,
the
you
defendant
guilty.
broke
Like
the law.
if it's
This
like
can
a person
occur
like
because
it's hypothetical, right? It's like saying Lil Durk did something, right? And all the evidence ties to him. They're gonna set him free because he basically they don't like. It's just that's what a jury does. She can either find you guilty or not guilty. It depends on it's on in her hands, honestly.
the not guilty verdict cannot be overturned, and jurors are protected regardless of their verdicts.
Facts.
Users of X and TikTok are talking about jury nullification, as I mentioned, and one TikTok user has called upon prospective jurors who aren't even close to being selected yet to find Luigi Mangione not guilty, explaining jury nullification.
Jury nullification is legal. Do not let Luigi go down for this, because let's get real, it's awful odd. Even if he did it, none of us give a damn about the man that died. His wife, maybe a few of his friends, not the rest of us, because what they did, what they've been doing, is even worse. So remember, jury nullification is legal, because they're most likely going to put him on trial in New York City.
There's certainly a lot of anger at the health insurance industry for denial of claims, and what Luigi
I
Mangione
told y'all in the last video, bro.
has struck a chord with some people who look at him as a folk hero, and they're sympathetic to Mangione because of his back surgery that he apparently had in 2023 to repair a painful spinal condition. There are some
Then what would
recent
you look at him
examples
if you wouldn't look at him as a hero? What would you look at him then?
of jury nullification. Dr. Jack Kevorkian was acquitted in 3 trials in which he helped terminally ill patients end their lives. He was convicted of second-degree murder in a 5th trial after a 4th ended in a mistrial. And some consider O.J. Simpson's acquittal in 1995 for the murders of his
He's a good
ex-wife
actor.
Nicole Brown Simpson
Isn't he
and
a
her
movie?
friend
Oh,
Ron
like
Goldman as an act of jury nullification.
doesn't he does
So
movies?
could it happen
I'm bugging.
in Luigi Mangione's case? The cases I cover each day here on Crime Fix show you just how scary the world can be. And one of the scariest things that can happen is if you ever get hurt. But I want you to know, if you're ever seriously hurt or in an accident, your case could be worth millions. And that's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. The firm has more than...
Wow.
insurance.
You so
So Nima, you think that jury nullification is possible in Luigi Mangione's case? I mean, that's where basically the jury just ignores the law and ignores the evidence and just says not guilty just because you think there's a lot of sympathy for him.
Internet.
it's not about sympathy, it's
I've
about
never seen
reality,
so
bro.
much sympathy for an accused murderer. Never. And I've been doing this more than 20
It's not
years.
sympathy, bro. These people, I hate people, bro. When they come up with just stuff like this, like, what are you talking about? Sympathy to what? They're not having sympathy, bro. I'm gonna include myself. I personally, I don't give a fuck. I'm neutral when it comes to this stuff. And I said the last video, I don't really like, you feel me? But it's like, it's not sympathy. I wouldn't call that sympathy. I would call that reality, my nigga. These people are killing innocent people just by simply going to the hospital and, oh no, we can't help you. Your healthcare can't cover it. Like, bro, I'm dying out here. I'm in your hospital bed and I'm dying, and you telling me my healthcare can't cover it, my nigga? Are you kidding me right now? Come on. Like, I get it if people are in a middle class, but don't matter. It's something called healthcare. That you guys invented it for a reason. And the fact that you telling me it can't cover it is kind of fucking insane when you guys are just putting that money in your pockets and forgetting about the whole society and the whole community that y'all have. Yeah, bro. Miss me with that bullshit talking about sympathy, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, there's so
It's
many
not about
reasons
sympathy,
why
bro.
we
It's about
fall
reality,
into,
bro.
but I'm sure the comments below on Law and Crime, you're gonna have people that think that he should be freed.
He is.
Even
He
those
should.
who believe
Not gonna lie.
that he killed Thompson, the United
Okay.
Bankers CEO. And some of it may be their own issues with health insurance claim with their health insurance company or the industry in general. And then the other reason is, let's be honest, he is someone who is smart, comes from a very rich family, is good looking. Now he's famous. He has sort of everything in terms of what people are attracted to. So both in terms of a sympathetic, attractive defendant, and by the way, I'm not condoning violence at all, and a victim who is less sympathetic, and the whole industry that is maligned and disliked. I think this is a very real possibility in this case, and something that District Attorney Alvin Bragg in Manhattan has to be concerned about.
I think they are concerned about it. I mean, Kathy Hochul, the governor of New York, has been on some news programs talking.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not reacting to all this shit because they talking all lot of bullshit. But you know what I'm saying? If you enjoy this mini half reaction, you know what I'm saying, about Luigi, you feel me? What they got to say about it? If they gonna be let free? If you guys think he gonna be let set free, comment down below if he gonna set free. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to like, subscribe, and we in the road to 2K. If I have a other channel too. I have another channel if you want to check that out too. It's called Justin Evo, just the same thing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.